Good day, all you beautiful hipsters. I'm going to do an unboxing video today, but I should warn you that you should be sitting down before we continue. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pause before I begin. Okay, you better be sitting down because what I'm going to unbox today is a brand new box of Kodak P3200 TMax. Look at the expiry date on this. October 2020. And I'm filming this in January 2020. Yes, this is the real thing. 36 exposures of pure black and white goodness, made in the good old US of A. Let's crack this. Would you look at that, eh? Just like in the old days. And there she is. P3200 TMax. There's the for the DX sensors in the cameras, so that newer film cameras can detect what film it's in. So I guess I'm gonna have to get an old camera to load this in. Let me see what I got here.
Paul, that's not going to work. You're going to need a film camera.
Oh, that's right. It's been so long I almost forgot. Let me see what I got. Here we go. Here's a beautiful Pentax MZ6. See? No screen on the back. This should take some beautiful pictures. Let me see, everything seems to be in order. It's got a nice zoom lens. That sounds good. Test the flash. Look at that, eh? And let's have a look inside. And oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, that should do the trick.
Paul, that's not old enough. You can do better.
You're right. What was I thinking? This film should go on my older camera. Let me dig it out. Here it is. My Pentax P3N. Isn't she a beauty? This will work very good with the old film. Automatic, bulb, syncs with the flash at 100 ISO. And let's just have a look inside. Nice and clean. Has the DX sensors and...
Paul, get real. That's not even close. Try again.
Okay. Well, let's see what else we got here. Here we go. I could load it into this MX. It even has this cool slot on the back door for me to slide in the top of the film box so I can remind myself of what film I have loaded in the camera. It's got the classic manual focus, manual aperture. I'll have a look inside. Looks clean. This was serviced actually. Last in January 1991.
Paul, that camera only goes up to 1600 ISO. You can do better than that.
Huh, really? Oh yeah, would you look at that? Okay, well, see what else we got here. Right. Okay. Let's go back to my first camera ever, my Pentax K1000. That'll definitely go up to 3200 ISO. I think that's what it tops out at. And this was my first camera ever. It's got the beautiful manual focus lens, manual aperture. Really nice shape. I used to love shooting with this. Let's have a look inside. Looks pretty good.
But Paul, this is a really special roll of film. I think you might have something a little older.
Well, let's check the box and see what we got. Wait, you're right. I have this great Pentax Spotmatic. This goes all the way up to 3200 ISO as well. This has a screw mount lens. Let's set that down. Oh yeah. Put that lens back on. Takes a little longer. Let's have a look inside this guy. Well, that's nice and clean. Huh.
I really like that camera. But here, I think this is the one that you should use.
What are you giving me? What is this camera? That's an S1A. Wow, that's a really nice camera, Sally.
I know.
Let's have a look at this. Where did you get this? This is a camera from the 1960s. This is definitely the right kind of camera for this roll of film.
Around your time.
Look at that. Everything works so smooth. Oh yeah, it opens up like this. There we go. Oh, look at that. This one was serviced as well. Back in May of 1987. Nice. But I don't think this has a light meter, Sally.
You won't need a light meter in that camera because you can just use this.
What do you have here?
Light meter.
Wow. I think that's even older than the camera. It's a Weston Master 3. Let's see if it can. Yeah, it seems to still work too. Wow, that's amazing. Let's get a light on in here and try it out. Wow, this is really exciting.
I know.
Look at that, eh?
You're welcome.
Well, thank you very much. Well, I agree. Let's load this roll of film into the Pentax S1A. So, if I remember, we pull this up. P3200 TMax. And we got to find a slot on this side to load it into. There it is. I'll drag this across, put it through there. push it through a little further. It's been a while. There we go. I think that should be engaged. And as long as this is turning, we know that the film's been engaged. There, we're at position 0. Well, that's it. Gonna take some pictures with this at the concert tonight, and then I'll add them at the end of this video and show you what this can do. Boy, that concert was so much fun last night. I blew through that roll of 36 exposures pretty quick. Shot digital for so long, I forgot how quickly a roll of film will last. So I'm just going to unload the film now. Let me get the leather case off. I believe we press the R button. That releases the mechanism that locks the film, and then it allows us to crank it back into the roll like that. Okay, no batteries in this thing. Everything's manually operated. And then, as I remember, you kind of know when it's safe to open the camera because the tension will be released. There, see that? Now I know 100% that the roll has been safely rewound. And oh, almost forgot, gotta go down. There she is. Let's send this off to get developed. If I can get it out. There we go. Send this off to get developed and see how I did. Stay tuned. Yeah, so the band that we went to see was 5440. They came right here to Oshawa. They performed down in the music hall. And it was a really fun experience. A lot of people who are fans of 5440, they recognized the camera as an old 35mm camera, and they were happy to see that. And the band did a fantastic job. I wish I could share some music with these images, but of course we all know how YouTube doesn't like that copyrighted content, even in fair use conditions, so we'll just pass on that for now, and you get to listen to me talk while you look at these beautiful pictures. It was challenging because the lighting would change all the time, so I would take my meter reading when the lights were up, and then just as I took the picture, maybe they would dim or the lighting would change. It was a dynamic experience, but this Kodak TMax 3200 was very forgiving, so you'll see some shots that may have not been exposed quite properly, but they still turned out really nice. I brought 2 lenses with me. The main lens that I used was an f1.8 55mm lens, but I also brought with me a 35mm lens. Now that only opened up to f3.5, but with this film it still did a really nice job. I think you'll see in some of these wide angle shots here that the 35mm lens still worked very well with this film. And yeah, so it was a really great time. I think I'm going to do this a lot more now. I think I'm going to get into developing my own black and white film. I think I used to do that in the 1980s when I was learning photography, and I really enjoyed it. I did it with my father a lot, and we really bonded when we were doing this. So I have to confess, a lot of this is just for me to just, kind of re-explore the past and bring back those good feelings, those good memories. But at the same time, I really like the aesthetic. I like with this TMax 3200, it has a gritty grain to it that I really like, that I think really speaks of the post-punk era of the music that was being performed. I really think that it's almost timeless, right? Like, you look at these pictures, and these could have been taken in the 1960s. These could have been taken in the 1980s, or they were taken in 2020, right? So I'm quite happy with how these turned out. I was really happy with the performance. 5440, they brought a lot of love and joy to my city when they came, and people there were just so happy that they were there. It's the middle of winter. It was around Blue Monday, so it really lifted everybody up. So I hope that this video lifted you up and maybe inspires you to think about your own projects and the things that you can do. So I think that's it. I think this is the last picture here. So thank you for watching, and look forward to my next video. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.